Hey, good morning everyone. Sunday morning, 9:15 in the morning. So yeah, feeling very fresh and energetic today. I was a little bit tired when I did yesterday's video. But anyway, time to talk about what I wanted to talk about yesterday, which is Kugan Cassius. The legacy of Kugan Cassius. So I've got nothing bad to say about him. This is going to be a nice objective look at the man. So I first met him in July 2010, and ironically, a lot of people don't know, I used to interview fighters before Tyson. So I used to interview fighters before Kugan was doing it. Not much longer, but the first interview I ever did, I was talking to Kugan once, and I told him the first interview I ever did was I interviewed Tyson Fury at the John McDermott rematch press conference, and it was actually Kugan himself who told me, "Oh, you've been interviewing people before I did." So there's nothing important, but it's just amusing. A lot of people don't know that. Obviously it's a shame, you know. I mean, I was about to say, obviously I stopped doing the videos. So I was interviewing people from about July 2010 until April 2013. I've got a very good memory because I've never, I don't get beaten up. I'm too skilled for that. I've got good defense. But yeah, I decided to stop doing them, and you know what? I stand by that decision because interviewing fighters, it got to the point I wasn't really interested anymore, so I don't regret that. Maybe I should have kept fighting in 2013, but again, I don't want to be too harsh on myself because at the time I didn't really feel like fighting. So if your heart's not in fighting, it's best not to do it. It's a very difficult and dangerous sport. But I've changed now, and I see opportunities for myself in boxing which I want to pursue, so all the best to me. Let's see how it goes. Kugan Cassius, what can I say? I remember when he started. I remember when he was getting very little views with Eddie Hearn. I remember that first video he did with Eddie Hearn, or one of the first. It was called Eddie Hearn, A Day in the Life. If you search for it on YouTube, it comes up, Eddie Hearn, A Day in the Life, and that video takes me back because that video is over 10 years old now, and I remember Eddie Hearn, and I remember how young he looked back then, and he's aged very quickly in a short amount of time. Stress of boxing is obviously getting to him. I've known Kugan for a similar amount of time. Kugan hasn't aged as badly as Hearn has. I mean that with all respect. I'm just trying to point out, people in Eddie Hearn's position, it can be a very stressful position, especially if you're not as calm, logical.
Stay in there. I will get it.
Yeah, I was trying to say about Eddie Hearn. It's a very stressful job to be in if you're not as cool, relaxed, and logical as I am. I'm always calm and very, very objective in terms of how I observe life. But boxing can be stressful, having to deal with people, a lot of greediness in boxing, people lying to you, and I think it's having an impact on Eddie. That's quite obvious. But listen, I wish Eddie Hearn well. Nothing against him. So what do I think of Kugan? I think Kugan's been good and bad for boxing. Obviously he's provided the service for free. When I say free, I mean in the sense that people don't have to pay for his videos. Obviously he's made a lot of money, I would guess. Judging from how much I've made from my YouTube videos, Kugan's probably made at least £1 million. Gotta be. What, in 10 years? Gotta be. I mean, I can't estimate exactly. I'd say $1 million definitely, probably more like a couple of million at least. And listen, he deserves it. Obviously he's put massive amounts of effort into it. It's consumed his life for about 10 years now. Yeah, he's been good and bad. He provides a free service. Obviously, a lot of people, a lot of fighters have benefited from the publicity. In terms of marks out of 10, I'd give Kugan 6 or 7 out of 10 for what he's achieved. I feel like it's a good service. I think there's been many great interviews over the years, getting insights out of people. He's very good at building a relationship with people and getting them to open up. I give him credit for that. I've done it as well in the past, but you know, just as it was taking off, I didn't really want to do it anymore. So I give him credit. In terms of objective points, in terms of what I would like to see change about his channel, ironically, I don't really care anymore. But if I'm going to objectively assess it, I'd say some of the questions are a bit too childish. Asking about food and Haribo and just pointless information. Some of them, especially the Eddie Hearn ones, it's just too much banter, too much pointless information. But obviously, if that's what he feels people, if that's what benefits him, because obviously ultimately the priority is views. More views you get, more money you get. I mean, if a video gets 1 million views, you know, you can get pretty much $2,000 from that. So when you see Derek Chisora square off with Dylan White and raw, intense beef, some of these videos each, they're going to generate thousands of pounds. So, you know, I wish him well, and yeah, I don't think him and me are going to have any confrontations or problems. We spoke recently, we spoke last year, and I've got no issue with the guy. Just, he's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. If I was clout chasing, I'd go after him, wouldn't I? He's a massive name, and taking him on is going to be easier than some of the other guys. But I don't just call people out for the sake of it. I only do it if you do something to provoke me. And listen, good luck, Kugan. I've known you a long time, and you've made mistakes, I've made mistakes, but listen, good luck to you. I don't see you as a threat, I'm just doing my thing. But anyway, I've got to go. Take care.